You ever finish a calisthenics workout, look in the mirror, and think, why do I still look the same? Here's the truth nobody tells you. Most people aren't small because they lack muscle. They're small because they're hiding it. One tiny adjustment in your form and posture can make you look 10 pounds bigger instantly, without gaining a single gram of muscle. Sounds crazy, right? But if you're doing your push-ups, dips, and pull-ups the way 90% of people do, you're actually training your body to look flatter, narrower, and weaker. Think about the last time you did push-ups. Did your shoulders roll forward? Did your chest sink? Did your neck reach toward the ground like a turtle? That's the most common mistake. People chase reps instead of shape. They move fast, sloppy, and disconnected. And their muscles never fully engage. It's like trying to inflate a balloon with a tiny leak. You're working hard, but the size never shows. I learned this the hard way. Years ago, I could do 40 push-ups non-stop, but my chest still looked flat. Then I watched how athletes like Chris Heria moved, slow controlled, chest proud, shoulders locked down, and suddenly 10 push-ups felt harder than my old 40. But my chest started popping within weeks. So here's the first secret hint, before we reveal the full hack. Muscle size isn't just about growth, it's about tension and presentation. Imagine your body like a tent. If the ropes are loose, the tent collapses. Tighten the ropes, and suddenly it stands tall and wide. Same muscles, totally different look. Right now, try this. Stand up straight, pull your shoulder blades slightly down and back. Lift your chest like there's a string pulling it upward. Tighten your glutes lightly. Did you feel that? Your torso instantly looks broader. That's not new muscle, that's alignment. But here's the twist most people miss. When you train with bad alignment, your body memorizes that shape. You literally teach your muscles to look smaller. Crazy, right? In this first hack, we're going to fix the biggest mistake that hides your size: collapsed posture during calisthenics. But don't rush. We're going to build this step by step so you actually feel the difference in your next workout. Before I show you the full technique, ask yourself honestly, are you training to count reps, or are you training to build presence? Because once you understand this first adjustment, every push-up, dip, and pull-up will start making you look bigger immediately. Let's go deeper, because this is where the magic really starts. Most people think muscles grow only when you add weight or eat more food. That's only half the story. The other half is how you display the muscle you already have. Ever notice how some people walk into a room and instantly look bigger, stronger, more athletic? Even in a t-shirt? They didn't magically grow overnight. They learned how to hold tension in the right places. Picture a suspension bridge. If the cables are loose, the bridge sags. Tighten them, and the whole structure looks powerful and solid. Your lats, chest, shoulders, and core are those cables. When you do calisthenics with sloppy posture, you're letting the cables hang loose. So here's mistake number 1. Most people don't even realize they're making. They start a push-up or dip from a relaxed shoulder position. Shoulders creep toward the ears, chest caves in, elbows flare wide. You might still get reps, you might still sweat, but the muscles that create width, the upper chest, front delts, lats, barely activate. Think about this. If your shoulders are rolled forward, how can your chest fully contract? It's like trying to clap your hands while they're tied behind your back. Before the real reveal, try a small experiment. Stand up again, put your hands on your ribs. Now inhale slowly and expand your chest outward, not upward. Feel your ribs widen. That's the posture you want during calisthenics. Not puffed up like you're posing, but stable and open like a proud athlete. I remember watching a breakdown from Jeff Cavalier where he explained how shoulder positioning changes muscle activation instantly. It blew my mind. Same exercise, same number of reps, totally different muscle recruitment, just by adjusting scapula position. So here's the beginning of hack number 1. But stay with me, we're not giving the full picture yet. When you set up for push-ups, don't start by bending your arms. Start by setting your shoulders. Pull them slightly down and back like you're trying to tuck them into your back pockets, then tighten your glutes and abs lightly. This locks your torso into one solid plank. Now your chest has a stable base to push from. Why does this make you look bigger instantly? Because you're forcing your chest fibers to contract fully. When a muscle contracts fully, it thickens. That thickness shows immediately, even before growth happens. But here's where most people mess up again. They overdo it. They pull shoulders back too hard, arch their lower back, and stick their ribs out. Now they're not training muscle, they're stressing joints. So what's the sweet spot? Think tall, not tense. Imagine a string pulling the top of your head upward while your ribs stay stacked over your hips. Your chest opens, but your core stays tight. Let me tell you a quick story. A student of mine could do dips on parallel bars all day, but his shoulders always hurt. He looked narrow from the front. I asked him one question, "Do you feel your lats during dips?" He said no. That told me everything. His shoulders were collapsing forward. We fixed one cue. Before lowering, he squeezed the bars like he wanted to bend them inward and pulled his shoulder blades down. Suddenly, his reps dropped from 20 to 8, but his chest and triceps lit up like fire. 2 weeks later, his shirts fit tighter across the chest. That's a light bulb moment right there. Quality tension beats quantity reps. Now think about your pull-ups. Do you start by yanking with your arms? That's mistake number 2. If your first movement is bending your elbows, you're skipping your lats, the muscles that create that wide V shape. Instead, before pulling, try this. Hang from the bar, then pull your shoulders down slightly without bending your arms. Feel that tiny movement? That's your lats waking up. That's the beginning of looking wider instantly. And here's the crazy part. Most beginners skip this because it feels slower. But slow is where size hides. Ask yourself honestly, when was the last time you focused on how your shoulder blades move during your workout? Most people don't even know they can move them on purpose. Yet those little bones control how big your upper body looks. Another mistake? People forget the neck. They crane their chin forward during push-ups and dips. That compresses posture and visually shrinks your chest. Keep your neck neutral, like you're holding an orange under your chin. Let's layer this knowledge now. Beginner level fix. Set shoulders before every rep. Tight core. Neutral neck. Intermediate fix. Control the negative. Take 3 seconds lowering into push-ups or dips while keeping your chest open. This builds more tension, more muscle thickness. Advanced tweak. Pause at the hardest point. Hold for 1 second at the bottom of a push-up without letting shoulders collapse. That pause teaches your muscles to stay wide under pressure. That's when your physique starts looking denser, fuller. Think of it like squeezing a sponge underwater. When you release, it exhales bigger. That's what controlled tension does to your muscles. And don't forget breathing. Exhale as you push. When you exhale with tension, your ribs lock down and your chest contracts harder. Tiny detail, huge visual difference. You might be thinking, can posture really make me look 10 pounds bigger? Try this tonight. Do 10 with shoulders set, chest proud, slow tempo. Look in the mirror after. Your chest will look fuller, shoulders rounder, arms thicker. That's not magic, that's biomechanics. Your body is like clay. Every rep shapes it. Sloppy reps carve a small shape. Perfect reps carve a big one. So before we move to the next hack, remember this question every time you train. Are my shoulders helping my chest look bigger or hiding it? Because once you master this first adjustment, your calisthenics stop being just exercise and start becoming sculpting. And that's when people start asking, bro, have you been bulking? Even when your weight hasn't changed at all.